a DVD in my collection, my first one since like the beginning of this month, and that is 2007's Martian Child with John Cusack, and Amanda Peet, and this cute little boy as the main character. What's his name? I think it's Bobby Coleman. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. It's basically Elio, but done way better because this kid can act. But I could shut the subtitles off. I don't need the subtitles on. This is not a it's a rocket ship. John Cusack is a good actor. Yeah, I'm doing this because Amanda Peet's in this. Yeah, this is my new DVD player. I got this one, a GPX portable 7-inch portable DVD player because my old one was just too old, dirty, and the discs weren't working. It's a dramedy. It's a mix of comedy and drama. But it has Amanda Peet not on the cover, but she's in it, and she works really well with John Cusack. There she is. She is so beautiful, man. She did like 3 films with him. This, 2012, and Identity. Amanda Peet is just a joy to watch in anything I've seen her in. Puppy, puppy. That's a golden retriever, yeah. It's a nice shot. Yes, I know Saving Silverman. That's why I didn't do that. She's unlikable because she's supposed to be unlikable. But I like when she's likable, she's very likable and vulnerable. So do I. I haven't used this DVD player. I tested it once last week, but I got it last Friday before the snow hit, and I needed a new one. I've had that old one for 10 years, and it was dirty, and it was giving me a lot of technical problems. Sophie Ognedo, yeah, she's a Brit, but she's not in the film much. You saw the kids in the box. He doesn't have the disease or anything. He's just very isolated. Yeah. You saw he's in a box, fragile, handle with care. That's my niece's name. I don't hate the sun now after what I went through last Monday. It's a good looking film, and it's a simple film. There's Joan Cusack, his sister, yeah. They look so much alike. I have a close relationship with my sister because we were born in the same month. Different years, but same month. Hmm. Yeah, but him and Amanda Peet learned to love each other. She's the voice of Jessie from the Toy Story sequels. Hmm. Even five, which is coming out in a few months. I'll probably see it. I mean, I saw the first three in the theater. I didn't see four in the theater because I was skeptical. I'm like, is this really necessary? But it was really good. Is it better than the first three? No, but well, actually, it's slightly better than three. The ending, because I thought the ending was too dark. Like, they try to kill the toys. I'm like, yeah, guys, you could try to make a movie for kids and not try to traumatize them. I wasn't even a kid when three came out. Puppy, puppy. I know it hurts, but you have to move on. You can't live in the past. I live in the present and looking forward to the future away from the snow. Look at those ears. See, dogs don't judge. He's in an Amazon box. I don't live in a box because after COVID, I'm like, yeah, that is an Amazon box. I see the side of it. Literally in a box, not figuratively. No, you Brits are from another planet. You act like you own the industry, and yeah, look, a film within a film. Oliver Platt. Yeah. This is like a better version of the Fall Guy, except this is actually good. Yeah, John Cusack is like the more normal version of Charlie Sheen. Hmm. Yeah, we're 11 minutes in. Can I check the time of this? Let me see. Subtitle repeat. Go to off. Set up audio mode title display. Yeah, here we go. We're 12 minutes in. Chapter 3. Okay, yeah, the display button's right here. See, this is the remote. I had to get it because I couldn't keep doing podcasts without a remote. I can't lower the volume and it just hurts too much. You put now. Hold on. Let me put the. Good morning, John. Since this is a comedy drama, I'll take this any day over some comedy dramas that we got today. Yeah, especially the ones that get Oscars nominations that don't deserve it just because they look good. I couldn't be inside of an Amazon box. I'll start melting. I like the bond between him and the kid. That's what works in the film really well. I mean, you act like the kid has COVID or something. He doesn't. It didn't exist yet in 2007. And the kid's not disfigured or anything. He's a normal looking boy. See, this didn't get any Oscar love or the X or even the whole 9 yards. Why? Because they're not artsy fartsy enough and they're not 3 hours long. I'm sick of movies being that long. There he is. And the kid plays it straight. He never acts too weird. His name is Dennis, yeah. Wait, what? I can't hear you. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. These Brits, they whisper or they shout. They don't have a medium volume. Why are you whispering? He's not deaf. See, Sophie Ornado, I can't understand a word she's saying. Just like Cynthia Erivo. I don't know why they have to exist, but whatever. They're not gonna, it's not about them in February. I'm gonna do movies with real African Americans because that's what it's about them, not black Brits. Sorry. They're they're just affiliated. Sorry, but that's how I feel. A parasol. Believe me, a lot of people act like that, like Kanye West. He acts like he's from another planet. Ever since he interrupted Taylor Swift, he's never been the same. Like he's just weird. He just acts like an idiot. I'm like, I act stupid sometimes, but I don't make a fool out of myself. I don't do anti-racist things like he does. Or I'm a Trump supporter, so I'm gonna do this and that. No, I don't get involved. There's a way to get attention without being a nuisance. Hey, at least he's not, at least he's not crazy. Oliver Platt also was in 2012 with him. And I don't want his apology. I don't want his apology. I want him to get help and just disappear like Ezra Miller. Some people are just off their rocker, Josh. Completely off their rocker. There are better ways to get attention, yeah, and not do that. Caitlyn could get Oscar love, not for Godzilla, but for what if she does another Booksmart. That was also something that was overlooked. That movie looked as much artistic as any comedy that came out last year. Plus, she won't be at the Oscars, so what's the point of watching the Oscars this year? I'm disappointed with the choices they have. The only choice that I'm all for is Timothée Chalamet for Best Actor. That's all I care about. Him winning. And the thing is, the kid is not a nuisance. This kid is a very good actor, and he's cute, and he's not annoying or yeah, he's eccentric, but he's not like crazy. Because they said, oh, kids can't act. Yeah, they can. Macaulay Culkin was a kid actor, and he could act. So can Elijah Wood and a bunch of others, even Haley Joe Osment. You ever seen Sixth Sense? Before he went fat and got a beard and went a little weird, he could act as a kid. Don't underestimate a person's acting ability just because they're very young. Because the kids on the Loud House were amazing. He's a better actor than Austin Butler because he can emote. See, he's seen and remember the movie Room? Yeah, Josh, that was a kid actor. Jacob Tremblay is like 18 or 19 now. He's not a kid anymore. He's a man now. So is this kid. He's like in his 20s or 30s now. People underestimate children because they said, they're little people that can't do anything. You're wrong. I don't treat them like they're stupid. Trust me, they're not. They're not as dumb as you think. They're naive, but they're not stupid. That's why no kids went to go see Elio because it flopped. Even this movie made more money than Elio. Even 2012, which was that critics hated, made more money than Leo. Again, get out of here, you stupid. Yeah, puppy wuppy. No, don't attack him. Don't. It's okay. I am. I just don't want to deal with the dog, barking all the time and not wanting to go up the stairs. Because Room, yeah, people like, I'm never gonna watch that again. It ruined me. I'm like, it's Brie Larson and the kids trapped in like an outhouse. Didn't bother me because it was realistic. These things do happen to people, but she was able to act through that, and people say she can't act. It's a brilliant performance, and she deserved the Oscar. That's when the Oscars were taken seriously. Now they're just 4 hours long with well dressed people giving overrated performances that I do not care about. Sorry. I don't care about Hamlet or Frankenstein. I could see the original Hamlet or the real Frankenstein from the 1930s, the real version, not this superficial over 3 hour Guillermo del Toro, passion project. Sorry, that's just not for me. It's long and kind of pretentious. Hmm. I usually leave my door closed because I don't want anybody coming in when I'm sleeping. Locked means I'm doing a podcast or I'm sleeping. It's all outer space, the planets and the earth and the sun and the moon and the stars. Hmm. You didn't see that coming. Mercy didn't get an Oscar. You know why, Josh? Because it was too cute. It wasn't, painful enough. That's why she keeps getting overlooked. It's not because Elizabeth Olsen isn't good enough. It's just that she hasn't done anything dramatic that Oscar notices. Because the most dramatic thing she did was Infinity War and Endgame, because those were hard hitting. And they say, oh, comic book movies aren't art. Yeah, they are. Ask any comic book artist. They're not called comic book people. They're called comic book artists. People that do the illustrations and write the comics. They're artists. Art is in the eye of the beholder. He's cute. Yeah, he's a very pale kid, but he's a good actor. I don't lock my doors. I have to, Josh. I like my privacy because I had to share a room with my brother for years and I couldn't lock the door because Wheaties. The studio didn't push it for award season. Well, they should have. And also, Three Daughters also got overlooked. You saw M&M's, Mars. No, it doesn't. It has a shelf life about a half a year or a year, depending on when you get it. No, that's not going to happen until after I'm dead. Hmm. Yeah, don't question it. I haven't had Lucky Charms in months. There's one scene I think that he just kind of acts weird, but it's because of the dialogue. It's not this scene, it's later in the film. Yeah, I don't take selfies when I'm asleep. I don't do that. I only take selfies when I'm awake. I don't do this and then take a selfie. No, it's just weird. Oh, I thought it said Disney graded me. Because if this kid was annoying, I would hate this movie. But no, I think it's very sweet. And it's not big effects or anything like in E.T. or AI or something like that. That AI movie from 2001 that Spielberg had to direct because Kubrick wanted to direct it, but he passed away, so he couldn't do it. They can't say, "Oh, the movie's on streaming; it's not Oscar consideration." Yeah, because Netflix movies have gotten Oscar nominations. Look at K-pop Demon Hunter; that wasn't in theaters originally; it was on Netflix first. Hmm. And while this is not Amanda Peet's movie, it's John Cusack's movie. She's in it a lot more than Sophie. A snail. He's touching animals that are outside in the forest. Lizards. People do things differently. A lily pad. Hmm. I like taking pictures all the time, but I'd rather take pictures of snow than walk through it. Hmm. I still haven't seen Amadeus. Hmm. Trust me. A hot dog. You can't stay in the house all the time or stay trapped in. You get The isolation made us all nuts. We all acted like aliens or moles. Hiding from what? The air? We have to breathe air, guys. It's what our lungs crave air. I just don't like going out when it's cold. I hate the cold. I'm sorry. I was born in the cold. I'm not a big fan of frigid air. I'm just not. Sorry. Is that a Cubs game or? There it goes. Home run. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, Supergirl is also an alien, so I should know. It's not gonna bother me. She is so beautiful, man. I just love her. Yeah, take a picture of that gorgeous woman. She's. I would love to meet her at Comic Con this year. I'll have a smile on my face the whole time. The- Except Andy Warhol was weird, and he was just kind of a douchebag. Well, not Andy Warhol. Yeah, he was just weird for weird sake. She's adorable, man. She can make us smile in any movie, whether she's playing a hero or villain. She has a smile that could light up a whole room. Too soon. Too. Saw the ball. The dog's playing with the ball. Finally hit the ball. It's like the baseball scene at the end of Sonic 2. She's so affectionate. She's so easy to love. It's a big stuffed bear. At least this movie's shorter than Paperman, which was longer than this. It was like an hour and 50 minutes. This is an hour and 47 minutes, so it's a little shorter. Mikey Madison won an Oscar, but has she done much since? I don't know. Why are you squashing his brains? Today's January 28th. It's not raining. Why would you need an umbrella? There was a movie similar to this that came out years later called they were called it was called Wonder with Jacob Tremblay when he has his face is disfigured, but it's an Oscar bait movie. You could tell. He thinks he's a pedophile. It's not. Batman does that too. Hmm. 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 That movie's way too long. The Sound of Music. It's got great songs and beautiful atmosphere and a great performance from Julie Andrews and the kids are cute, but it's way too long. Batman. I'm Batman. Yeah, no, you think Bruce Wayne did this in the first Batman movie, the Tim Burton movie. Yeah, it is. He didn't do anything. We were all isolated for 45 minutes in. That's true. This remote, I'm not going to wash it in the washing machine because that's what happened with the other one. It fell in the washing machine. It got destroyed after that. Plus, it wasn't as strong as this one. This one, the buttons actually are inside. They're not like plastic. They're rubber. Hmm. M&M's, yep. Again, product placement. Green. What are you, a Navi? That they're blue. Hmm. Puppy, puppy. I love animals. I just don't pet animals that are dangerous. I could pet a horse or a pony or a camel or a sheep or even a dog or a hamster or something. But I saw Christmas time, yeah. I still see Christmas trees around this area thrown on the ground. Turkeys aren't made in Saturn. They come from farms. Can drive people crazy. I know, Josh. Trust me. I was in the basement for most of the pandemic until 2023 is when I got to my brother's room because he moved out. I didn't touch a lot of animals. I do because I have a dog and I pet her ears every time I see her. Her ears are so soft. The performances cast to carry this movie because we've seen this kind of plot before with with real aliens and Starman, ET, or Mac and Me, but this is with a real person, not or even with Superman because we had to adapt to our way of life. That's why that movie hit me so hard last year because I get it. I get being treated like I'm completely different from everybody else. Nuts. Peanuts. There's one scene I just think is weird because he grabs his head like he's mentally ill or something, and it's strange. It just comes out of nowhere. He's not. He's just. That's what Jacob Tremblay did in The Predator, and I didn't buy it. Adapt to reality, yeah, because the planet she's on is not Earth. And I'm fine with the story being somewhere else because we already saw the Earth story with Superman. So the train. We're 53 minutes in. It's a little ahead because I started the podcast like after I went through the opening because there was no menu. You could play the menu, but the movie just starts on its own once it gets past the New Line Cinema logo. A snowman. Score is good. I like the score. I don't even know why Sophia Ognedo was even in this movie. She's in like 3 scenes and disappears. Nothing to her. She just really could have been cut out of the film because Amanda Peet has more screen time than her because she's essential to the plot. For David. And the camera broke. Just use a cell phone. It's broken. No one uses a camera like that anymore, kid. That camera, no one uses a flash camera anymore. They use their phones or tablets or. I don't like when kids break my toys. That's why I have to hide everything from my niece because she's a baby and she'll touch everything. Yeah, you know how much stuff my dog broke over the past decade? A lot. You're not Greek. Greeks do that. They just smash plates for a celebration. Opa and all that, yeah. He's putting ketchup on him. You know ketchup looks like blood, right? My sister used to hate ketchup. Greek women are lovely. Yeah, Josh, that's what Emma Myers is. She's part Greek. That's why she's so pale. Uh-oh, there's the child services guy. No, the next holiday is next week is Groundhog's Day. I'll try to do a podcast that's not going to repeat itself. No stock footage or anything. I and then after that is Valentine's Day in 2 weeks. Also, the Lilo and Stitch remake was kind of like this too, except Stitch is actual alien from outer space. Yeah, E.T. took the Mr. Spell and he tried to use it to phone his planet home. This was like an independent movie. Who directed this film? Uh, uh, Menno Mayhes. I never heard of him. I never heard of that director in my life. Because the director of Room, I do know who that is, and it was really really intense. It was way more. It was darker than this movie. It was not funny at all. It was like a dramatic thriller. Again, I was never expelled. I left school when I was in high school. I had to be released to take my GED because I was in academic turmoil at that time. The acting's really good in this movie, except for Sophie Ognedo. She's just flat, and I believe him. John Cusack's performance really sells it. Him and the kid. That's the big selling point of the movie. That's why they're on the cover, and Amanda Peet's not. She's on the back, right there, right up there. That cute kid. I hope that kid grew up into a fine young man that is not, that's not messed up in the head like Ezra Miller, because he doesn't need a. I'm shocked this. I'm shocked this kid wasn't in Twilight because he's so pale. But he was a kid, so not a lot of kids in that franchise. The kid that was in it was Mackenzie Foy when she was a little girl, and she was a beautiful young little girl. Now she's a gorgeous woman. It's disintegrate, not Disney disintegrate. Disney already did that the last 10 years. It's a good. It's a good Father's Day movie. You saw Gap Kids, yeah. You beautiful, beautiful creature. Yes, you are, Amanda. You have no idea. Benioff thought that. That's why he married you. You're one of the most fascinating women I've ever seen on screen. She's so beautiful, man. She does this thing with her lips that I completely lose my mind when I see it. She does like, I like seeing them together. It's like a David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan. They clicked. As soon as I saw them together in the apartment, it was like people were going to die. I was like, yeah, you got me. This kid from this movie is an adult now. He doesn't act anymore. Oh, so he stopped. Okay. But whatever he's doing, yeah. That's right, kiss her. Oh, you're so cute. Amanda still acts because we know why, Josh. I mean, look at her. I desire watching her and everything I've seen her in. They have a nice spark. Because Kieran Culkin and Macaulay Culkin then have the most, tender childhoods. But then look at them now. Kieran won an Oscar last year, and Macaulay Culkin he got a star in the Walk of Fame. Yeah, this is not it where they all float, yeah, and all that. I got to see that before I see Welcome to Derry. I want to see it in February. I got to see the at least the first the 2017 one with Finn Wolfhard and these other actors, yeah, and Bill Skarsgård, right? Yeah, I had to put my belt over my pants at a Comic Con last year because those Spider-Man pants fall because they're very big. Earth has gravity. If you were in space, you would be floating because there's no gravity in space. Just to connect with a guy who falls for her. You mean Millie Alcock? Because the other Millie, Michaela connected with me. Yeah, she's cute. I wanted more of her and also Tessmacher. I wanted more. We're an hour and 7 minutes in. Yeah, so the movie's got about 40 minutes left, so it's almost done. I'm glad it's under 2 hours because Point Break with the end credits, it's 2 hours. Without it, it's like an hour and 50 some minutes. So it's way longer than this. It's hard to let go because when I was 4 and I went to school for the first time, I cried because I didn't want to be away from my mom. I love my mom so much. I'm connected to her. I've always kept my relationship with her really close, even as an adult, because she means so much to me. Her and my sister. So you give the thumbs up. Probably gonna make me cry when I see Terminator 2, but I'm not doing that one for a while because it's over 2 hours. And one of my rules this year is one movie per franchise when I do a podcast because I don't want to do like four. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. Or do one-off movies that don't have sequels, which is fine with me. Like Dread. Dread is not a sequel to Judge Dredd. They're two different stories. Good soundtrack for what it is. This is worth it because this DVD player, I got it on Amazon for like $31. I paid way more for the other DVD player I got. It was $50. This was only 31. It said in very good condition, but it's brand new. It doesn't have any scratches on the screen. The remote's in good condition. The plug is in good condition. Kid is so cute. There's one scene I think that is just kind of like, that sucks, man. Yeah, it's dramatic, but it's not overly painful. Like, not every scene in this movie is miserable. Yeah, he lost his wife and now he lost his dog too. See, human emotion is what makes us different from plants and animals. They don't show the dog because you don't want to see the body. This is not John Wick. It hurts. Yeah, I know. I miss my aunt a lot. Even my first dog, we only had our first dog for a couple of days, and then she passed because she was sick. She wasn't old. She was just very sick. It's 11:25, so it's almost mid-noon. That's deep. That's why I'm making the most of my life while I still have it. That's why I'm not shoveling snow again this month. It's a dramatic fade out. Yeah, we're getting to the scene soon. It's a good movie. I think it's well acted, and and the two leads carry the film. Sadie is gonna work. See, she disappeared for like half the movie and shows up in the third act. She doesn't do anything. Amanda Peet at least played baseball and kissed John Cusack. There she is. Yeah, Karen. Madeline needs to leave those stranger movies because those are just they're not good, guys. They're not scary either. Even the original I heard was not scary in the 2000s. Karen playing the mom. Yeah, she's probably gonna do that because she's a mom now. It was British. The last I hope again, don't make any more strangers movies. You're not Scream or Halloween or Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street. You don't have longevity. You're just delaying the inevitable. Trust me, I feel when I go to Disney, when I go to Disney parks, sometimes I feel like a different person. Or Disney, shows because I don't like their corporate greed, but I love their characters. I never said I hate their characters. No, their greed and their unoriginality is what bothers me, guys. It's not Mickey. I have a Mickey in my closet, a Mickey Mouse toy. I have a Mickey Mouse hat. Look, see, I got a Mickey hat. She wants either Jean or Poison Ivy. Yeah, because these are like the 50 Shades of Grey movies. We didn't ask for them. He's so cute. I drank coffee when I was like 10. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Blue Sky. That was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Mario. Love that song now. Ah. They cut his hair. Dude, they're not gonna cut your head off. Cutting your hair is not scary. It's like, ah! Trust me, I cut my own hair now because I don't trust barbers. Hey! He screamed because of, you can't kick the ball. It's not soccer. It's not soccer, dude, or football. It's blue. Hey, hey. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Baby Groot, where did we go wrong? That song was so delightful in the second movie. He got in the machine. He screamed because they washed his hair. It's like, I find that funny. The Bam Bam did that in the Flintstones movie. Welcome to the human race. I still don't cut my own hair. No, I do it because those batteries look like a octopus tentacle. An observatory. Yeah, this is the third act. Is in the It's in the observatory area where Dennis thinks he's gonna get sent back to space. But again, this is not ET. That movie makes me cry. Oh my god, that ending when he just it's just a finger glowing. You would think that that would just be a visual, but no, that music just hits me. You saw how much I cried last year when I did that podcast. I love that movie so much. I like this movie. Mars. Yeah, he thinks he's going to Mars. No, it's just an observatory. Look at that. I don't know if I've ever been to an observatory. I've been to a museum before and a science center, and I've been to zoos and plenty of aquariums, but for some reason I've never been to an observatory. And I love space. You know me, I'm a sci-fi guy. Look at my wall. Look at that. Even over there. See? Love sci-fi. Love Jurassic Park. I love Aliens. I love Star Wars, the original and the prequels. Love Captain Marvel. I don't care what anybody says. Brie Larson is desirable. I'm gonna say that when I see Mario Galaxy in a few months. I can't wait, man. I get to see her as Rosalina. There's this one scene that I think is just a bit awkward because he does that Elio thing, which is like, oh, Elio's talking in another language that doesn't exist, and it didn't get over. This is not the scene, though. Like, this isn't Mars. It's just a display. Yeah. Hmm. I want to do some more genre films. Captain Marvel 3, it might happen. Just the effect, the budget's not going to be very big, though. Princess Daisy. Amy and Miles will be. Oh, yep, the cops. Yep, of course, because we saw the cop earlier in the film. It's a different cop this time. It's not the same. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Flea my wobbler. I don't know what that is. What is that? Vulcan or Klingon? That's a weird scene, but that's not the scene I was talking about. Yeah, we do. It's one of the reasons I cry so much in these movies. Well, not in this one, but in Superman. That's not going to work. You don't have the Force, kid. You're not Grogu. You can't do this and then just because you just because you have Anakin Skywalker's hair doesn't mean you can use the Force like that. Transformers medium. This is a scene, yeah. What does Transformers medium means? I don't get it. Transformers medium. I don't. You're not. Yeah, that scene. I don't get it. I don't know what that means, and the subtitles don't explain it. You can't steal people's stuff. You could have gotten arrested. You drive without a driver's license, you get a fine now. Begonia, that's what Begonia's about. Yeah. Spoilers, Emma Stone is an alien in that. And yet that gets an Oscar and it flopped. I guess critics like movies that don't do well at the box office, movies I never even heard of. Transformers medium. I don't know what that means. We know. Even when I first saw this, I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I'm so glad the play button is right here. It's on the bottom, and the volume's right here. So much better than the other DVD player, because that one they had to put the pause button and the stop button in the same button as the volume. David Gordon. Hey, look who's there. Angelica Houston. She's another cameo in the movie because she's not in the first hour of the movie. Hey, look, it's this guy that played Crocker in the Fairly Odd Parents live action movies. He's Canadian. He's one of two Canadian actors, him and Oliver Platt. Because in Elio, that Elionese got on my nerves. I'm like, just speak English. It's a Disney movie, a Pixar film. You're not gonna get Elioese over like Vulcan or Klingon or that stupid language from Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings. I don't want a fake. I want to learn a fake language, or a dead one, like Aramaic and Latin. Nobody speaks that anymore. There's a reason that it's dead, because cares. You think people watch Game of Thrones to learn that stupid Araki or whatever it's called? Yeah, nobody cared. I don't speak dragon. They don't exist. Harry, Harry Bloody Potter in space. Josh, did you hear that line? Who wrote this movie? Let me see. They're probably gonna do that. They already made a Greek mythology version of Harry Potter. You got Percy Jackson, Seth E. Bass, and Jonathan Tollins wrote this film. Hmm, that is a good question. Transformers medium. Annika could voice person say, "Oh, I would love that, Josh. I'll give her kisses for the rest of her life if she does that." Her or even Amy Rose, because I love her voice. Of course, she can't do that Jr. voice because Tails already has a voice like that. So she has to have this. My box set of Lord of the Rings and Pack with special features, yes. But even the Slytherin language that Harry can speak or interpret, and I don't get that either. I mean, there's a snake. That's it. That's all they say. They hiss or they slither. They don't talk. That music is nice. Who did the score in this movie? Aaron Zigman did the music. Yeah, he did a good job with it. Because I'm trying not to do a lot of franchises because it just takes too long, you know? You know how many Marvel and DC movies I haven't done, and I have to do them one step at a time. Oh, it lives inside Harry. Yeah, that sounds creepy. Since I read the books, I know, Josh, you're an expert on this. If you read the books, you're a purist. I get it. But people that read the books for Percy Jackson saying, this second season sucked. What sucked about it? Tell me. Yes, the Disneyisms were still there, but it wasn't gay. It was telling a good story. And Walker Scobell, he sold that show. He's the reason I watched the show. He's a great lead and he's a good kid, a young man to be, and he carries that show. That's why I watch it. As much as I like Logan Lerman in the movies, I think Walker Scobell is the perfect Percy Jackson. And it's an adaptation, people. Not everything in an adaptation is going to be the book beat for beat. They have to make changes. The Observatory. Season 2. Walker carried that show. He really did. There's a lot of screen time with him and with Annabeth. This is like a scene from Kindergarten Cop when that blonde kid is on top of the tower, yeah, and he almost falls. This scene is really intense. It feels like a sci-fi movie at times. No, he's not committing suicide. It's just that he thinks he doesn't belong on the planet. Yeah, that's the moon. That's not Mars. It's not a spaceship. No, he's missing a tooth. You're a kid. Your mission has barely begun. That's not a spaceship. Yes, it is. Like I said, the performances really sell this movie. That poor dog. You could have cut some characters out from the movie, mainly Sophie Okonedo. You could have cut her out. She does nothing in the film. And Angelica Houston, it's a cameo. This was a paycheck movie for her because she's barely in the film. It's Cusack that carries this movie with that kid and also Amanda Peet because she's in it enough. I should know. My dad disappears all the time, but I'm used to it. At least I have my mom. Yeah, 96 minutes in. The movie's almost over. I'm glad because it's long enough, though. It's not 2 hours, an hour and 36 minutes. Yeah. It happened to Nicole Richie. She had to be adopted when she was young. It's heart. It has a lot of heart. Yeah, take that Academy Awards. This is real acting. It's hard. It's very touching, man. hmm My my niece is very important to me. That's why I want to kiss her on the face. See, she's crying. Of course she is. I don't think a book has made me cry, but definitely movies and shows. This has so much heart, man. Has a good ending. Digital camera. They got a puppy. It's a good movie. I really enjoy it. Puppy whoopee! That was the Martian Child, man. Again, to hell with the Oscars when this movie has more heart and more artsy acting than anything I've seen at the Oscars, that got Oscars nominations this year. Because you have to have heart, man. You can't just be miserable. Tell a story. Let people feel something. Let them live in the moment, you know? I lived in the moment. That's why the movie has a very touching ending. E.T. hits me harder, though, because I grew up watching that movie when I was a kid, so it means so much. This is a good movie, though. If you've never seen it, it's on Tubi, so you can watch it. It's very, very touching. Thanks for watching, guys. And tomorrow, no tear jerkers for me. I'm watching Earth versus the Spider because Friday I'm going to go out, so I'm not doing a podcast Friday. So I'll see you guys then. Yeah. See you later.